The Hello Gamers Battlefield 6 just got 2 new weapons, a new grip, a new map, a new game mode, as well as a bunch of changes to controllers and a global increase to weapon accuracy. In today's video, we'll be covering all of the new weapon stats. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe because next video, I will grind and unlock the new weapons and the new grip. And I'll go super in depth on all of the weapon stats on those because the DB12 shotgun I'm very excited for. First off, we have the new map. The general consensus is this is one of the best maps in the game, at least when it comes to Conquest. There's also a golf cart, which is awesome. On a worse note, though, there's a new limited time mode named Sabotage. I'm not gonna lie, this is not a very popular mode. It's basically just a domination match, but instead you blow up stuff because it's 8v8. It's not like the normal player count. The new shotgun is really interesting. We'll go more in depth in a different video, but this one actually does the same damage as the Saiga 12. I have slugs on my Saiga, but normally it's 80. And it says it has under half the fire rate, but I believe that's kind of taking into account the pump animation. I think the fire rate should be higher than 300 because you can fire 2 shots before pumping. That's how this gun works. It actually has 2 barrels, as you can see, and 2 tubes, which what I was hoping for is the ability to equip 2 different types of ammo at once, but no, unfortunately you can't do that. But because it's a shotgun, it has no headshot multiplier, so it's a 2-shot kill. It does have slugs that allow it to 1-shot kill up to 9.5 meters, which is the same as the Saiga 12, and that could be really interesting. And I'm pretty interested. This could kind of kill the Saiga. I'll definitely grind to unlock it because this gun could be really, really nice. Then we have the new sidearm, which I was really excited for, but looking at the stats, it has a higher fire rate than the M44. The M44 has 160. This has about like 30% more. It has 225 RPM, which is still slower than like a semi-auto pistol. The issue with that is that this gun cannot one-shot. Unless they have like a crazy damage range on this one, it can only 2-shot kill to the body to 10 meters, which is really not that good because this one can 2-shot kill body to 20. And with hollow point, this can 1-shot headshot to 20 meters. This has a headshot multiplier of 1.5. So even if you put in hollow points, you'd still have a 1.75, which is not enough. You need it 2 times for this gun because it does 50 damage. This does have a larger cylinder. It also has a fast cylinder as well. One thing that's also worth mentioning is it does actually let you put on a laser, which is really good. So this will be way more consistent in hipfire as well. And as you can see, it has significantly better recoil. This has 2 control. This one has 7. It's still a lot of recoil, but it's not as much. Then we got to talk about the slim hand stop. Now this is really interesting. I got to take off my grip actually to show you guys this better. The slim hand stop does absolutely nothing for recoil, but it's very cheap. And what it gives you is increased weapon draw speed and a faster ADS speed, which is actually a lot like something like the full angled grip. This is a really nice budget way to increase your handling on a weapon that you already have great recoil on. This could be really, really good because it gives you the better handling for a very cheap price as well. Also, there's a new Gauntlet Mode, which allows you to drive vehicles around. I have like 400 hours on the finals, so maybe I should play Gauntlet more, to be honest, because apparently it's a lot like the finals, which is a game I like, so... There's also a new battle pass, which is really weird, and we got to talk about this. So the way that this one works is you get different tokens from your normal battle pass, which is really unlucky because as you can see, these challenges, they have these ones that give you these silver tokens. These are the tokens for the new pass. And these weekly challenges give you these bronze ones. These do not count. So if I went to week 2, for example, any of these challenges do not work. They do not give you anything for the new pass, which is crazy. You can only get these new challenges. These ones give you 5 and then less. They give you less for the other one. So basically, they've just made it extremely grindy to complete this new battle pass, which is crazy. There's only 11 rewards, but it's going to take you forever to get them. Or you could pay like 15 bucks and do it. I might have to pay 15 bucks, so please subscribe because I do want to make a video on these guns. Later in the season, they're also adding battle pickups, which is really nice. If you don't know what those are, basically, there's a weapon that spawns on the map somewhere, and it's a very powerful weapon, and you only get it for 1 life, basically. I think you could probably pick it up off of people. For example, in Battlefield 4, there was a railgun. In Battlefield 5, there was a katana. Next up, we have a controller plugged in. I don't normally play this game on controller. This feels so weird. Apparently, they reset the aim assist to the open beta values. I'm not touching the right stick here. Let's see how this works. Okay, so that didn't do anything, but... if I'm touching my right stick slightly, yeah, then I start to lock onto people. Doesn't seem like there's like really any rotational aim assist in this game, but there definitely is slowdown. Like you can tell if I drag over this guy. If you're a console player, let me know because I'm so bad on console. I just bought this controller to play like this game called Blur with my friends. So what they said is that in the beta, you didn't get as much slowdown at longer ranges. Then for the full release, they increased the slowdown at longer ranges, and then they've actually reverted that. So up close, I have a lot of slowdown. Wow, that is a ton. Then at longer ranges, I have a lot less slowdown, which I feel like might be kind of a nerf if you think about it. They also said they improved input latency and stick responsiveness. I did try 2042 on a controller and it did not feel this good. So if you had problems before, let me know in the comments if you're feeling better on a controller. Now for the big change though, weapon accuracy and dispersion tuning. Fixed unintended weapon dispersion increase rates and improved non-recon sniper rifle accuracy while globally reducing dispersion across all weapon types. That's a big sentence. Number 1, if you aim down sight with a sniper rifle, it should give you better accuracy than before on non-recon, which is interesting. I don't know, it felt pretty fine. Let me know in the comments, like, do you think they should be buffing the snipers on non-recon? I don't really know. When I play with the sniper, I always play recon, so, because you get faster fire rate. Let me know in the comments if you guys like this change. The issue is if they make sniping off of the recon class too good, people are going to play assault with sniper, and then they're going to use a spawn beacon again. But luckily, they can't, you know, glitch onto roofs anymore, so maybe it's okay. But they've also reworked the overall dispersion on all weapons, and I'll show you guys a few guns that feel really good after this. I'm not gonna lie, G36 feels pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie, at 75 meters, you've sometimes got some weird inaccuracy. Feels really good now. Some guns feel pretty similar though, like the SG553R. Like if I'm moving at all, yeah, it's still pretty bad. Like if you stand still and just hit your first few bullets, should be fine. But I'm not gonna lie, not every weapon feels that much better. I'm not sure how they really changed it. Like the M417 feels amazing. The spread on certain weapons feels so much better. One gun that was absolutely cooking earlier was the M277. This gun was already feeling really nice after the update, and now there's another update changing the dispersion, and it feels really nice. I don't know if it's a massive change because yeah, some of these guns still don't feel that accurate, to be real with you. So what they said is that they reduced the dispersion globally slightly for all weapons. And if that means they reduced it globally by the same amount for every single weapon in the game, the more accurate guns are going to feel more accurate, and the less accurate guns are going to feel a tiny bit more accurate. Let's say you reduce all the spread in the game by 0.1, and there was a gun with 1 spread, now it goes to 0.9. That's not a big deal. But another gun had 0.4, and now it goes to 0.3. That's a massive deal for that gun in particular. The less accurate guns are not going to feel that much more consistent, but the more accurate guns are going to feel hella more consistent, which is kind of how I felt about it. Like the guns that were already accurate, wow, this feels really accurate. I think that's what they did, which is not really a good change in my opinion, but let me know in the comments. One thing they also did is they completely reworked this LPVO. Now, this one was a really interesting LPVO that I was using in previous videos. It used to have a blue tint. Not only does it no longer have a blue tint, as you can see, so it's way more consistent to use, as you can see. It feels really nice now. It also has this animation for when you swap optics, and makes a little sound effect now. This sight is like really nice now. I think a lot of people are going to start running this LPVO because it's a little bit cheaper than the other LPVOs to run, but it has a 1x and a 4x, which is kind of just like the 2 zooms you need. There's a huge amount of changes, but these are some of the biggest ones that I found reading through them. One of them is that now I think you're actually allowed to shoot your teammates' mines to blow up enemy tanks, which is really nice. I think they also made the breaching launcher actually flashbang people. They also made it so you can 1-button swap to knife, which is actually a buff to the knife, because before it took so long to swap to your knife that most people use defibs for movement instead. They also fixed an issue where you had a frame cap of 300. Most people weren't hitting that. I definitely wasn't. Most importantly, they fixed bouncing behavior when landing on object edges. I think you can't get bounced in the air anymore, which is amazing. Make sure to subscribe because I'll be grinding for all of the new weapons, and I'll let you guys know if they're any good. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Have a nice day.